Hello, greetings everyone, and thank you for joining United States of Africa. Today I'm really surprised that SADC is actually upset that Rwanda took a bold step to send 1,000 troops to help Mozambique combat terrorism. This is a problem that has not just started yesterday. Mozambique has been under constant attack by these terrorist elements, and yet SADC for so many years has been issuing statements and doing nothing about it. Now that Rwanda from East Africa has stepped up under the leadership of President Paul Kagame to send military aid to Mozambique, it appears that this rubbed SADC the wrong way. They'd rather prefer America to send the troops there, or the British colonizers to send the troops to Mozambique, than have a fellow African state intervene in an emergency situation in Mozambique. This is really really disgusting that the SADC does not even see terrorism as a situation which does not even respect borders. And African states, we have been encouraging them to work together towards tackling these terrorism challenges. And we are glad that Rwanda took this important step towards the Pan-African struggle when it comes to eradicating the terrorism challenges that Africa is facing. There is need for more collaboration, not just only between the SADC countries, but even within the East African Defense Forces. There needs to be a confederation of some sort so that our militaries can work together to advance the interests of the African people. These borders that you are seeing, they are not created by our ancestors. They were created by the British colonizers, the French colonizers, the German colonizers, and we had no role in when the Berlin Conference was called. There is no African that attended this Berlin Conference. So therefore, we should stop cherishing these colonial borders and embrace the Pan-Africanism spirit, which recognizes the power that we have when we come together. Instead of SADC issuing so many statements since 2017, they should have done better. And in fact, they need to congratulate Rwanda for taking this bold step to lead where everyone appears to have lost courage in assisting Mozambique. Mozambique has been under constant attacks by terrorists since 2017. And more than 800,000 people have been displaced. Almost 3,000 people have died, but SADC has been issuing statements, doing nothing about it. Yet they have this so-called standby force, which is doing nothing. And it's taking too long because of this so-called procedural bureaucracy within the SADC to get the approval, Mozambique to get approval for the SADC troops to be deployed in Mozambique is going to take even centuries if nothing is done. And after Rwanda deployed troops, that's when now SADC is waking up and realizing actually this we were supposed to be the first ones to intervene. This is something that should never have happened in the first place. If we had SADC which responds, they should have even deployed troops in 2017 and not have waited for people, for 800,000 people to be displaced until now. Many people are suffering. So many, almost 1 million people displaced from their homes. SADC did nothing since 2017 to 2021, and now that's the time that they are waking up. They need to wake up completely so that East Africans don't have to intervene in situations like this. That we are glad to be part of the restoration efforts. And if Mozambique needs troops from Kenya, the president should just call the president here, and I'm sure that Our men will be there in no time. They have been very instrumental in restoring peace in Somalia, and I'm very confident they can do the same in Mozambique. We don't have to wait for sleeping SADC to save lives when we see our brothers and sisters dying in Mozambique. We actually we don't need permission from SADC to come to the aid of our brothers and sisters in Mozambique, and therefore SADC needs to do better. It needs to really get organized so that it builds the capabilities to be able to confront the regional terrorism challenges instead of having this blame game, yet it's doing nothing on the ground. Once again, I'd like to congratulate Rwandan President, His Excellency Paul Kagame, for taking this bold step to send military aid to Mozambique. This is a Pan-Africanism gesture that should not be taken for granted. And this should also encourage even the West African countries to begin to collaborate when it comes to common challenges that we are facing. Terrorism is not something that that is common only to the southern region. It's also common to West African region. It's a common problem in East Africa, and if we don't work together, we are not going to be able to defeat terrorism. So therefore, we should, the African states and these regional blocs should stop unnecessary competitions. Who will do what next? Who is going to go first? Africans are least interested in knowing which country is going to go first to help Mozambique. What we need is peace restored in Mozambique, and what we need is to see is lives of civilians being saved. We want to see even Uganda take its forces to battle terrorism challenges in Mozambique. That's the kind of Pan-African collaboration that we want to see, and not just statements and nothing's happening on the ground. Thank you very much for tuning in. United States of Africa, you can share the stream with your friends and relatives, and keep on spreading the Pan-Africanism message.